Greetings, greetings. Dang, I thought y'all heard me. Oh my goodness. Greetings. Oh my stars. How's everybody doing? I am here and I want to. How you doing? Happy in paradise. How you doing? I don't need no man telling me I do. I want to revisit something. I want to try to take a look at something. Now, this is some advice that I did back when this was back in August. So let's see what my advice says. I would like y'all to take a look at it. Can y'all do that for me? Take a look at this. This will be really something I really want to share with you all. So just allow me to get started with this. If y'all don't mind, hold on. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. I'm trying to get started with this. Okay. 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 I just had it. Where did it go? Okay. Just trying to get everything started here. Okay, give me a second here. All right, I'm about to get started with this here. If y'all can go ahead and turn your ears and eyes here. Everything is alleged. Everything is alleged, 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 alleged. Please, fair use, fair use. And as you saw at the beginning of this here video, I did have my copyright fair use. So anything I say is just my opinion, whatever. So definitely listen. All right, here we go.
Hi, greetings. I don't do all that ding, 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 my little music. I got music and everything, but I don't feel like all that. So greetings. Hi, I'm Dr. Ask Dr. Mirasenko Kwali. Um,
Y'all should have seen this whole outfit. It was really cute.
so let's first talk about a couple of things before I get started with talking about Jasmine. Now, y'all know I make candles. Here's a candle. This is actual candle. And this type of a candle, I will put something like this in here. This is a candle as well, and I'll put something like this in here. You know, that's a candle I made. Um, this is a candle I made. You can see the coloring. You see that?
That's the cherry,
Um,
y'all. That's the
and
cherry. That's my.
this is one of those weird little candles that I made, y'all. Anyway, so let's talk about it as I begin to start showing y'all candles that I make.
This my sage bowl. That's my sage bowl.
And this is like one of my
Oh no, this is my candle. I'm
it
sorry.
does actually
Over
have
here is
a
my sage bowl.
thing. This is my personal candle. This is not this is on I do have some on sale, but this is my personal candle. It was a wooden
That's my margarita candle. So it smells really good, and it does look like a margarita, doesn't? I'm talented. Whatever.
stem, but it broke off. So that's the reason why it's not my personal candle, because I don't want to sell it like that, because I had a wood, it just kind of broke off because I was transferring it from here to here. And here's another leaf candle that I make. See, this has this, where you can burn it. Has the wicks.
Like I didn't
And
realize
this
I
is
was
the
showing this for a
moon.
long time.
I make these candles
You want to
myself.
speed this up?
And this is another candle. This is a flower candle
Y'all pretty much see I'm
that
talented.
you can put
Let's
one of
go.
those. Them. I just try to help them to see a better way of doing
How
something
you doing there?
initially. If they're doing really good and they don't necessarily need help in that area, then we don't necessarily we highlight that. I make sure that I highlight that. But there is a such thing as truth. You can be truthful with someone without insulting them. And I do that. Um, you know, um, and so in viewing or thinking about my Jazzy's life, because I thought about her today as I was in the chat room today, at my homegirls chat. And so I was really thinking about like some advice. I'll talk about the advice in a minute. Let's first view something real quick. Let's view how, on the terms of how she is looked, how how the situation is with her and Chris relationship. That's what I kind of would like to talk about. The appearance of it. Not based off um gossip in that respect, but based off things that come out of her mouth. Based not based off anything else. So let's take it from there. So the advice will go into details on that. Okay. So um let's talk about it. Now, one of the things that I noticed is that she makes it a point of saying, and again, do keep in mind
Hey,
that
hey.
everybody has their own unique relationship. Everybody has certain things or certain things, for me that may have been tradition now has pretty much changed. For example, in a lot of people's homes,
I really be trying to explain stuff, don't I?
certain people, the man,
Y'all want me to speed this part up? I'll speed it up.
it was unfair to him. Regardless to, yes, we know he has children that, not my words, based upon what the children mothers say. And sometimes, yes, children mothers and children fathers lie. That happens, right? However, based upon what they said, that he is not really in their lives the way that he should be financially or in a physical sense, right? And based upon some of the things that she has said, she basically tells on him and says that in so many words through her actions. Um, so let's go back to how she introduced him. And based upon how she introduced him into the mommy community, um, it was fairly not very positive, because number one, her channel itself wasn't in the best light. And it's not because, and then we have, it's not because, family, there are family channels that have different things. And if it's a family channel, more than likely, as we all know and as we all say, we are here to look at the children. We're looking, and some of us are here to get, if you're an influencer, we're here to get certain tips from you, certain mommy tips, maybe certain wardrobe tips, how you do your hair, the hair products you use on your children hair, on your hair. We look at things of how you clean up with the cleaning products that you use. I know that's why I look at a lot of channels for entertainment, and I look at it for
Okay, so basically, the bottom line is we don't look at my Jazzy life for this. Okay, so we all know we don't look at her for that. We look at her for what? The train wreck.
those purposes. And you should abide by what people ask you to do. Is
How you doing, Kimberly? How you doing, Nisa?
intrusive to keep filming someone who does not want to be filmed, even when the children are having bad days.
So, for example, uh, not for example, but just bottom line, what I was basically saying, because I'm taking too long to say it now that I look at it. But the bottom line is, my Jazzy life is filming Chris, and he don't want to be filmed, and it's damn near, it is definitely exploitive. Let's keep it real. It is exploitive. The children possibly are having bad days, but you don't know that because she forced them on the film. How you doing, Brian? So, basically that's what I'm saying. So let me speed this up there. There we go.
Way too much about what's going on, and she leaves it up for people to do research on her. And then also what happens is the fact that she tells people that she told too much of her business to her so-called friend.
If you don't mind, can I call you Dr. A? Yes, please. If that's easier for you, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Nisa.
And it's just
So
certain things that as a friend,
I'm glad you're doing good.
I mean, as a person in a relationship, you just don't tell. Not even your mother. You don't tell certain aspects of your relationship to people because people feel like they have bones on you. And anytime y'all get ready to fall out, be prepared that they're gonna tell your business, which we see happen over time throughout in any sector.
You're welcome. And this is so much true. You know, we see this happen all the time. Bottom line is, when do we not see you see it in every sector, y'all. If you go to any sector, you're going to see where people have fallen out. They learn your secrets, and guess what? Your secrets become what? Content.
We know for a fact in any sector, you will see the following. You will always see when someone falls out with someone, they're going to come to the internet, lie on them in some cases, or tell the truth, or exaggerate the truth and make it worse than what it really is or seems.
And that's happened to me in real life. Not necessarily on YouTube, but that's happened to me in real life because I've been in different organizations. I've been around the way. And people have always tried to call themselves shaming me, and I'm just like, whatever. I mean, I said it, and what I can say once, I can say twice. You know what I mean? What difference does it make? I mean, what you gonna beat me up? Ooh, I'm scared. I'm shaking in my boots. So at the end of the day, it is all a part of one big old game, right?
Okay. So this happens over time. So that's another thing where she made a mistake. But going back to Chris, the fact that she basically had to say that she did not, that she, that, the
Good Lord, I need to get it out. Spit it out. I
he's trying to throw water on her. It's just the whole tone set. And
think I was kind of nervous on this one.
I don't think she got it because she thought that they were playing, that it was a joke. And
Yeah, Kimberly, Jazz talks too much. Hi, Chula. YouTube seems to be spare competition among people, and it does not matter which sector. The sector, yes, that is absolutely true. I didn't read it verbatim, okay, but I said the logistics of what you said, right? But yeah, it definitely happens. I mean, it happens in real life. Think about it. Your coworker, your family, your friend. It's always a mess. Somebody's always looking, always out to, be the top dog. I mean,
that type of thing. And it's certain ways that you want to show your mate how it's certain things you just don't like. And then to do it in front of other people. It's certain things. We all have our own judge that we deal with.
how you doing, pretty brown eyes? Pretty brown eyes. How you doing, grape jelly? Grape jelly.
With our mates. It's certain things that I might say to my husband or my family. I might, like, I'm playing. I'm like, you suck. I said
I've even had an ex go back and tell somebody something I had said about them. Like, I don't care. Like, so what? And the girl came up to me, "Mom, your ex said this." I'm like, "And girl, I said it. What's your point? And what you gonna do?"
say something like that to somebody. I'm like, girl, you suck, or and certain things I say to my bio mom to just her in our own privacy, and we laugh, or she say something to me. She like, girl, she'll call me a big head.
It must be miserable not to have friends in person, just like people on the internet. It is. It kind of sucks. I mean, I'm not saying I have a whole smorgasbord of friends or anything like that, but I tell you what, I have enough people I can call and I can talk to and I can lean on in person. It's physical. Not just a person like off the internet. To chill with. I'm sure most of you in this chat and even most of you listening can chill, can have friends or family that you can look to. Jasmine, my Jazzy life, don't have that, and the people that she does have that she can really lean on, she refuses to do that because they're tired of hearing her mess. What's up, Mary? How you doing?
or something. And I'm like, no, your head's bigger, and then we'll just kind of have a thing. But we just don't do it in
All right,
front
so
of
that's my conversation with my
then
bigger
he knows
mom,
she
my
has a
brown mom.
predominantly female audience. And the men that watch probably doing commentating, or they're watching because their women are watching it, right? So
She is definitely codependent and very clingy and needy, and it really makes her, everything is totally about her. And she's an energy vampire, and with energy vampire who psychically attack you, that's why she doesn't really keep friends. It's not just she can't rely on these people, but she is so emotionally draining. That's what energy vampires do. They emotionally drain their victim to the point where it becomes their people's head hurts, people's hearts hurts, people's stomach hurts, because she's always talking about herself, and everything revolves around herself. Even her children come to her and can be like, "Mommy, mommy," and she could be like, "Well, it's all about me." Well, I didn't go through that. I didn't get that when I was little. Everything is a revolving door that or a boomerang that booms right back to her, right? It's messy world and hard to trust everyone, but everyone should have at least 1 to 3 people that they can trust and talk to. That is correct. They should. I agree. I keep a tight circle and know the difference between a friend and accomplice, an acquaintance, and a coworker. And I always friendly, but the difference. Hi, seriously. Hey, y'all. Totally agree. Jasmine is draining and a potential, a perpetual victim. I be, one thing about me when I read some of these comments, y'all be having some eloquent words, but I want to add something to it. Can y'all do me a favor? When y'all write these beautiful, eloquent words, do y'all mind if I throw my own little bit in there with y'all? Because I want y'all to say this too. So forgive me. Anyway,
it's a service.
I'm like that even with songs. Like I can hear a song on the radio and I would just throw my own little words in it because I feel like, hey, I think it should say this too.
Way that he has to react, and because he don't know how to be fake, or he don't know how to be likable, it makes
And Chris is definitely not a likable character. You know, throw your own spin in. Thank you so much, Chula. I need to. I have to. I have to. It's just something that I do. I think I get that from my biological mom. But yeah, he's not a likable character. He's just not. And it's just one thing, like all honesty, like personality wise. Like one of the main reasons why we watched Olivia, we just didn't watch Olivia because we thought she was a great person or she was outgoing. We loved her children, and Gerard was funny. Gerard was funny. Y'all know we like to watch Gerard because he was hilarious. Gerard just be like, he would make goofy faces. He'll do something goofy. He had a really good personality for video. Even when he's with his fiance now, Antonesia. He's very outgoing. The children are very outgoing and happy when they're around him, and we enjoyed that. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason what lost Olivia's channel was watching, because Gerard and the children. That's why Olivia channel sucks, because nobody care. And then when her children's energy is around Olivia, she's also a succubus. She sucks everything. She sucks the life out of people through sex, as well as through her mouthpiece, right? And so when people hear her, it becomes annoying. So people too much pretty much tune her out, right? Let me get up on some of these comments. Okay, I only do her through the reactors, of course. Yeah, I try to. It's hard. I watch it though. Narcs for selfish. For sure, selfish, self-involved, and she's a con man. Yeah, she's something. How you doing, Malicia? Um, Jazz is a drag. Even though the sight of her face, she is feeling some kind of way, low energy, annoying. Girl, yes, she is. Okay, let me get caught up on these comments because I was talking. I can't stand a young man quiz. He has a lot going on and grow and a lot of growing to do. I think Chris is still stuck in college. I think Chris is still stuck from when his mother passed away. You know what I'm saying? I think he has a lot of issues going on. Doctor Chris has messed up a messed up attitude, and we don't want to hear nothing he has to say. Exactly. And as soon as my Jazzy Life realized that, her channel will also her channel will get better if she stopped talking about him. If she stopped showing him like his whole conversation is like dull and dumb, and he's fake. He's really fake, and he's a very negative energy, and he's slow. He comes off very slow, and he comes off very obtrusive and abusive, and just grade A annoying. But he's an energy vampire too, though. Chris kind of is. Gerard is the one who kept the family together. Real talk. Yep, he did. I'm late. No, you're not. You're not late, Blue. You good. But hey, all right, everybody speak to each other, of course. Beautiful candles. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mary. Hey, HEBB. All right, everybody speak to each other. That's great. Okay. Yep, yep, yep. Everybody speaking to each other. That's wonderful. I don't think Chris can do the lying and faking it. Chris does that way too much. Yeah. I mean, he does enough where he can't lie because he has a very he kind of has a demonic spirit almost. I think Olivia has a demonic spirit. I think Chris has a demonic spirit. I don't necessarily think my Jesse Life has a demonic spirit. I think she's mean. It's a difference between somebody's being a demonic spirit than someone being mean, right? Um, please get your likes up, like Nisha said, please. Yes, they are very equally yoked. They are. And Chris and Jasmine are on the same level. She's negative, she's slow, he's always angry. He's definitely always angry. Seriously, I will definitely agree with that. um Living with the Webs in the beginning was very relatable to a lot of folks. I used to root for them to make it. I just, when I first saw it, I knew they wasn't gonna make it, not just because I do tarot readings and things like that because I'm intuitive, but you could just kind of tell by the way Olivia rolled. They're not really equally yoked. And yes, on a lot of spaces, you will find people who, although opposites attract, right? They had like not a lot in common. They had more of SCX in common. And I thought maybe because Olivia was light skinned, I really think he kind of went more for her because of that, because she was fast. Y'all know I'm old school, so she was kind of loosey goosey. I felt like because she was loosey goosey, and she like did a lot of, catch a girl, play a boy kind of energy that they had. So she'll run, he'll go and catch her, type of thing. And I think because she was light skinned, and I think that he was attracted to her at that time. I didn't call Chris a man. I called him a boy. Okay, yeah, okay, my bad. Boy. Okay. Yes, he does. Two sick people don't need to be together. But the problem is, grape jelly, is that do you want a sick person with a healed person? Because that's gonna really mess them up. Exactly. Sumo. Yep. Doctor, can you pull cards, please? I sure can. Hold on. Uh, look. Oh, dang! I got my little thing, y'all. I got I bought a decision maker. Y'all don't laugh. I don't know if it necessarily works. I'm still trying to see if it works. Because sometimes I ask a question and it says, why not? I'm like, what do you mean, why not? Hold on, let me see. I got some cards down here. Let me see. I'll pull out these cards that I have. Luckily, how did you know I had cards down here in my box? I actually do. I have a whole swap of cards. Ooh, I'm dropping stuff. All right. All right, give me a second here. Y'all know I gotta get my notebook out and stuff, and I gotta shuffle these cards. Give me a second. I'm pulling my decision maker. on the thing. All right. All right, let me get caught up with my comments as I shuffle these cards. I only got one hand. Well, I got two hands, so I can only do so much. Yep, great job. You making me want a PBG peanut butter jelly sandwich. Okay. Jazzy definitely has a demonic spirit to me. I believe you. That's cool. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at you saying that. Yes, Gerard and Olivia are not equally yoked. Gerard is a family origin person. Olivia doesn't even know her cousins exactly. I probably should put in here. Hello, hey CC, how you doing? Um, let's see, Mary. Okay. Um, okay, you do cards too. Yep, that's my bit. Anisha, that's part of my business. Girl, I'm a life coach. Girl, I'm some of everybody. You have to go to my website and check me out. Yep, I do some of everything. I'm a holistic healer. I'm a life coach. I make candles. I sell herbs. What I do chakra. I'm a chakra healer. Crystal healer. I mean, girl, what don't I do? All right, let me see. Okay, please like and subscribe. Yes. All right. Okay. And this video was done August the 16th, and I did kind of a read. Someone asked me to pull out my cards before. I think I did a reading in this. So what y'all want to know? What do y'all want to know? Y'all can ask me anything actually. If y'all want to ask me about yourselves, I'm open to do that as well. Just let me know. Y'all want to ask me about my jazzy life, I can do that as well. I also have my decision maker that I just got today. It just arrived today. And I'm like, okay, it's fairly interesting. Um, Hold on one second here. Okay. So okay. Let me see. I had to put it on mute. I had to yell at my husband real quick. I mean, not yell at him like he's bad, but I had to yell up because he's in a different room. I need a chakras cleared up, doctor. You still gotta reach out. Yes, I can. Yes, I can do chakra cleanses over the phone. You'd be surprised. I mean, yes, I can still do chakra cleanses over the phone. If you go to my website, let me type it in here. Um, all you gotta do is get into a quiet place. I got you. I'm gonna chakra cleanse. Go to this website and just go to readings and other healing services, something like that I got down here. This cards is flipping all over the place. Y'all gotta be here. What do y'all want me to ask? You can't do Nika. I have a video. Are you familiar? Nika. Yeah, I yes, I am familiar with her. How you doing, Smiley? I am familiar with her. Actually did a video on her. I did some of her sample readings from her book, and I was doing her voice. It's really funny. I might show it today. I was I was making fun. I was reading her book in a voice that I think that she would sound like her voice over for the book, like her book audio. I think would sound like, because based off of her writing, because she has like four books, you know. Yeah, so I have a video on her. I could play that today a little. Now I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I can play on a chakra cleanse. Basically, is where you clear up your chakras. Everybody has chakras. Normally, there are approximately probably about 33 chakras, but I think it's way more than that. In some cases, in some readings, you would find that they said 108. So, for example, your third eye. Now, I know you know what a third eye is. You might see Cyclops on cartoons when you were younger, and the Cyclops will have an eye in the middle of their forehead, right? So what that means is I'm just giving an example. So what that means is they're intuitive. That's their intuitive energy. That helps. Everybody has an intuitive energy. Everybody has a psychic gift within them that basically tells them like go left and you go left. And the reason why I told you to go left because somebody got shot on the right. You get what I'm saying? So for example, then your heart chakra is like basically, and it's like the little seven dots. If you see on like posters where you see like seven dots in the middle of someone's center, that is basically your chakras. But your heart chakra is when you are when you don't have an emotional balance, when your energy is like when you are giving way too much, and that's how you know it's off, or you're not receiving way too much. Your throat chakra is when you're not hearing what someone's trying to communicate with you, and someone says you don't understand me, or you feel like nobody understands you. So that's just an example. Okay, so hopefully I explain it, but you can certainly go to my website and I will explain it to you. So that's what a chakra cleanse. Yes, she's a con, Mary. And let's see, Nakia is from another dimension. Yeah, Planet Green. My my question is, okay. Well, before I get into what you said, Nisha, give me a second here. Let me make sure I got everybody together. Let's see. Jasmine is mean to her woman, especially to her kids. Yes, she's a con. How you doing, sunny days? Yes, it was great live, Nakia. Yeah, it was crazy. Yes, she is. My question. Okay, I got all caught up. Okay, all right. Now I can answer the question. My question is, do you see things getting better for Nakia's children? I am really concerned with the way things that I've witnessed. Okay, hold on one second. All right, let me put your question out here. All right. I want to sing Sesame Street songs. My sunny days, moon that y'all. What made you call yourself Sunny Days? Well, you just was like sitting around. You was like, look, I'm gonna just call myself Sunny Days. You know what I mean? Or you was just like, I'm a happy person. I'm gonna call myself Sunny Days. Or you couldn't think of that. I'm just curious, Sunny Days. What made you call yourself Sunny Days? No judgments. Just curious. Okay. I like to interview people too. I really it's one particular blogger that one day I'm going to interview her, but I think that would really triple my views up. I'm going to reach out to her sometime today in an email and see if she will come on my channel and interview and allow me to interview her. I think it would, hopefully, it would triple my numbers. I feel like it will. So I'm going to do it, not just to triple my numbers, but I think she's an interesting person. I really would like to learn about her and her life, and also I would like to know about the information that she has. And I'm not going to tell y'all just yet until I see if she'll interview with me. And if not, then I can pull in some strings. I have access to certain people. I have to see if they will sit on the interview with me. I don't know. I have strings of people. Even if I interview my husband, that would be a great interview. Believe it or not. Um, if he'll answer some dang on questions. But he definitely is interesting. I would go and find some of his interviews and play that. Even if I go and play some of his interviews. Okay. Okay. So I do see, oh my God. Okay, so let's deal with a couple of things that I see. All right, let me see if am I getting caught up on some of these messages. Okay, so I got the cards pulled out and I'm gonna tell you what they say. Um, I try to be happy, lucky most of the days. That's good. Yeah, I agree. Definitely is category by herself. Was she begging today? I don't know. I didn't see her. I don't know, y'all. I didn't really get that many views on the Kia today. Yeah, if y'all want me to watch her, I can do a review on her. But I don't really. Man, the last video I did with her, I did not get no views. Nobody was studying her. They was people was like, I'm telling y'all, I did not get no views. And y'all know the whole purpose right now is to get these book views. Y'all know that I'm just being honest. You know, I'm don't be mad at me, but I gotta keep it real. Okay, let me. Shoot, I can't see. Hold on, let me cut my. I had to cut all these lights on. I don't know why I didn't put all those lights on when I did the video the other day because I do have them and I'm acting like I don't. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I got my notebook, got my pencil, I mean my pen. Now it does look like it's saying something to the fact of um, it says something about relaxing, and it says that she's gonna go through a very difficult period and it's going to allow her to take a break. So that might be that somebody might come in, like maybe a kinship person, a person that is related to them or something, and the children possibly may be divided up and go to other people, maybe temporarily. It looks like it's going to only be temporarily, so she can get some type of a break. Yeah, she does have a great name. Uh, okay, yes, happy to go lucky. Okay, I read that already. Okay, what's the next one? Can you do or have done a read on someone without knowing them? Yes, I can. Um, that's my dryer. Okay, so yeah, so with that said, so it does look like there's gonna be maybe that someone a third party come in and give her a relaxation type of a break. Now because now that's not saying that somebody's gonna come in, that's not saying that they're gonna come in and snatch some children. That's just saying that she's gonna get some type of a break from them. That's what that is saying. Now, and it might, and even if they snatch them, it might be a sign of a type of a break. Give me a second here, I'm trying to find this notebook. Y'all know I got this little raggedy notebook. If I showed y'all this notebook, you'll be like, how do you get paper out of that? I just make it work to my best ability. Give me a second here. Now, yes, I can. So if you want to type, if you want somebody in particular read, let me know. I could do a sample reading on here. If you want to do a private reading, then you go to my website and you figure out which one reading you want, and you can purchase it. So you click on those. If you're doing it from your phone, you're gonna click on those three lines at top, and you should see them on the right hand side, the upper right hand side. Now here's the thing. Now there's also I see something, and this is gonna be revolving around a particular journey that she's gonna be on. So she has to follow a certain footsteps in order for her to be able to follow these certain footsteps. And this might be. Don't she have a male son? Does she have a male son? I don't know if she has a male son or not, but and I pulled but the male son, it looks like whatever male son that she has is going to follow the footsteps of his father. Okay. And I'm going to answer your question, Blue, which is why I got you highlighted. Um, I'm going to ask, I'm going to ask the decision maker board, the little wood. I call it the wood. It just came today. Now, I don't know how accurate this is, y'all, because I've asked it a couple of questions and it just kind of shunned me on some questions like ask your mom. And it was some questions to ask my mom. So I don't know how accurate this is, but I'm going to use it anyway for that question just to see if it works. All right. So the question is, will Jasmine ever get married? Jazz and Chris ever get married? Okay. It's still going. The little noise you hear, that's it. It says why not? See what I'm saying? Why is it answered that like that? Okay, let me say her whole name. What Jasmine Duke, Laprice Dukes, and Chris, what's Chris' last name? Bowser get married. It's dang, it's an ask mom. Okay, so I'm full of cards. So I don't know. It's giving me the runaround. So I want to say one thing about Nika since y'all asked, and I'll finish the jazz. I'll pull a card on that one. But man, with that said, let me tell you something. I can give you a percentile while I'm in my notebook. Give me a second here and write down some things. One of the things I do know is that it's literally a 50-50 chance that he would marry her. And it feels like it would be for the wrong reasons. He wouldn't be marrying her because he's so in love. He would be marrying her for a deal, meaning if going to get something out of it, not just the little stuff he gets now, but she would have to win some type of a lottery, or she would have to be getting an inheritance, or it would have to be something that would be for his benefit. So he wouldn't have to pay child support, or so he wouldn't have to go to jail. It would be something along those lines. So there is certainly a chance that they could get married. So I will tell you that there is certainly a chance that they can get married. It's just all about what angle. And she, if ever listens to my video, she would have to give him a proposal. She would have to give him something to make him to see that she would be necessary to marry. And I'm not saying he doesn't care about her, but what I'm saying is he doesn't trust her on a lot of levels. He don't trust her to he don't trust her emotionally. He doesn't trust her to exactly be the type of woman that he would want. And she's not really his type. When he told her, he wasn't just being funny, y'all. He was being honest. He was being really honest when he told her that she was not his type. He was not lying to her. He was telling her the God's honest truth. She's not really his type. He does look for a certain type of a woman. Like look wise, she's not his type. And that's not saying my Jazzy life just doesn't keep herself together, right? If she kept herself together, then he would be more, if she's not aesthetically pleasing to him, and she is not really, her worth ethic, she doesn't really work, and she doesn't really clean up and stuff like that. He would like somebody a little bit more neat. He said she wasn't his type, but she pursued him hard, of course. So he was like, why not? I'm not doing nothing else. And he was on the last leg in that other relationship, so he had to go ahead and leave. So it was only supposed to be like a temporary stop, but unfortunately, she had the baby. He really didn't study her the way that he needed to, and he thought, he was careful. And see, Chris drinks a lot, so that's what happens. Do you personally think Chris has low self-esteem? Yes, I do. You definitely think so? I agree. Now with Nakia, that girl Nakia. Now, what I was gonna say is that she what was I saying? I pulled this particular card, and this particular card dealt with children. It deals with children. Um, it deals with there's gonna be a new path that she's going to be on here in the near future. She's going to be on a new path. So the path that she's on here currently, she's going to have to reverse. It's going to be reversal of this pathway. So she's going to be headed down to a new pathway. And I pulled a card that is kind of, I don't want to say an evil card. It's not an evil card per se, but it is an evil demonic person that I pulled on this particular card. And that's not saying that she's evil or demonic. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that with this particular card, anytime, when you start pulling these type of cards, these are the demon cards. This particular deck that I'm dealing with is a demon deck, right? Well, it's a deck that has demons in it. So with this is there's a long history of abuse, right? And just by reading her book, it ain't just because I read a book, but by this, based on this card, it talks about there's a long history of evilness, and there's definitely a man who uh who has a long game. And there's a particular man that was in her life that she knew of that planned his own death. So the point is that she needs to be more focused on long term results as opposed to short term results. So there is going to be somebody that comes into her life that basically helps her to get out of this situation that she's in, and she's not going to appreciate it. um there's a lot of unrest and energy that's around her that she refuses to deal with. So there's going to be a big battle that comes about, and there's going to be a lot of changes, and a lot of people that's not going to show their hands. And it looks like her children are going to tell off on her. They're going to tell on her. So it's not going to be what she thinks it is. And she's going to be in a stiff battle with somebody. So that could be the courts, that could be the children's fathers, that could be the family members, that could be with her own family, and that can be with society, right? So she's definitely going. She's in the battle for that. All right, let's see what y'all talking about over here. Um, is Chris into the opposite sex? I mean, I think he has tendencies. He certainly has tendencies. He definitely has tendencies. I think that sometimes he feels a certain type of way, and I think other times he don't. I think he admires. Let me put it to you like this: he admires men more than he do women. How does that work? Does that kind of answer your question? What? Oh God. I think Jazzy was trying to make Chris jealous by showing her, yep, because the video's still up. Yeah, she probably was because she knows that he doesn't like that. She knows that he doesn't like her showing her tukas. I hope her kids do tell on her. I think, and that was. I hope y'all know that I was talking about Nisha, not Jazzy, when I did that reading. Okay. When I was talking about the children situation, I think a lot of anger goes toward women. It does. Oh wow. Hope I answered your question. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, that's the best way I can put it. You think Crips are? Oop, yeah. Sounds about right. Hi, hi, Miss Oliver. How you doing? Yes, Nakia. I just want to make sure y'all knew I was talking about Nakia. Now, um, let's see. What was I going? Okay, so I'm gonna start this video again.
Out of world sense for him not even be on the because at times, it's been times where I was trying to get a little extra money, and I do have businesses, but sometimes I have slow times. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sometimes I have slow times where I'm not making as much as I've.
I said it too that Jazz did it for cry out. Chris knew it would make him mad and respond, and it didn't work. Daddy coming down with you? I'm sorry. I gotta watch you eat your food. Okay, go ahead, eat your food and don't Y'all, my son is eating late today. Just to let y'all know, he does not usually sell, but this is the weekend, so we do party. We do party hard over here on the weekends with the kid, with the child, with children, because it's the weekend. You know, they gotta have some kind of fun time. Jazz is disgusting.
I've made,
So he's down here, so I gotta watch my little language. I gotta make sure I don't say anything that could be, out of pocket. So give him a few minutes, but I'm still gonna talk.
in these following months, or this month, or whatever the case is, and I want a little extra spending money. I might want to go shopping. Y'all like to shop, and I
Oh,
might
y'all
want
like
that
to shop? Okay, so let me speed this up.
certain things in the children's hands so they can already become that. And I think that's good, and I think it's good about that, and I think it's something bad about that as well. I'm just different, so and I'm okay with it. But anywho, so I just thought about that. I said, well, why wouldn't you want to plan? And then, especially by her doing YouTube, she would need to plan, be happy to plan, and see, and then also see the kicker thing also is with um in certain cultures they already have, like in their household they could have seven, no, let's say 5 children.
Okay, so the bottom line, what I was saying is that in a lot of different cultures, right, you're gonna find that like a lot of cultures have premeditated careers. You might have a particular family that owned a restaurant, and with that family there, you're going to have children. They're going to have one child that they see that's really heavily interested in the restaurant, so you may have that child just run that restaurant. Then you might have send the other child to become a doctor because you have a doctor, an uncle doctor or something like that. You have and then you might have another child that becomes an author, but you have certain premeditated children, so you create, what you want your child to do in a lot of cases, right? A lot of cultures do that. And even on the terms of marriage, they say, well, you're going to marry this person. Our families are really close, and our family pockets would be more fatter if you go ahead and marry the Kinko family. Go ahead and get with the Kinko family. The Kinko family make a lot of money. The DuPonts, you know what I'm saying? So the Kinko family, the DuPonts come together and they make this big old dynasty, greater dynasty, right? So that's basically what I was saying. And what I was saying is to the point that my Jazzy Life need to get it together on the terms of trying to force our children to do social media. See, that was ixnayed out. And see, the lesson was, and I know some of y'all, and I'm gonna say this, and I hope y'all don't be mad at me. And it's, a lot of the people like Strong Mommy Chrissy, and that's cool. I don't have any judgments toward anybody. I just express what I see in the moment, or something that I kind of side eye, or something even I think is really good, right, about a person. But nevertheless, the lesson comes when, sometimes the creator, the ancestors will show you a lesson through someone else. So my Jazzy Life not only was notified, like, hey, no, you're not gonna do the little social media with the little girl in that way. You having your content, having your followers follow your child, and she was checked on that through the state, from my understanding, allegedly, right? So that was an ixnay, and also it got shown through even my strong mommy Chrissy, the fact that her child is of age to have a social media platform. However, just by that whole situation that came out with that, without even really going into detail about that, because we don't have time for that, because I already did a video on that. Y'all can go back and look at it. Where my Jesse Life also seen like that, and she's seen that that could be problematic, not just about the money, right? And she was basically told not to do it, so whatever. Yes, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, it's weird. Okay, it's weird. Let's see, let me go back to this comment. It's weird if she's trying to get him jealous. That's stupid. Make herself look bad and nasty. She knew exactly what she was doing. Yes, she did. And then, do you think that at some point that Chris will be tired of the financial benefits with Jasmine and simply be tired as a whole? I think it's question made sense. Well, yeah, I think at some point, but she not really taking care of him like hands down that he could possibly be taken care of. I mean, she's taking care of him, but I mean, if he finds somebody that got like way more money than her and that is willing to do and advance him way more than what he is, then he would go with that. He would Zolo her. You know what I mean? If he could find somebody that can put him in a better position, then he would definitely go with that. He would be on the next thing smoking. However, if my Jazzy life gets, if he goes and beats with someone else, and let's say on a full-time basis, not just part-time or temporary, he goes and gets with somebody else and they okay, they're a nice looking woman, but they got a certain point. If my dad's life get an inheritance for whatever reason, knock on wood, then he'll be right back. Yes, I want to be 100% honest with you. I do cards. I don't do cards and tarot and stuff, maybe out of fear, but I support your channel. That's okay. You don't have to. I mean, guess what? It's okay. You know that it is all right. You don't. Everybody doesn't. You know. But I don't. Do I have to use cards to tell people what I see? No. I don't have to use cards. So if you I'm intuitive naturally. So don't trip off of it. I don't that's why I call them energy readings. If you go to my website, I do energy readings. The energy readings are without the cards. So okay. So don't worry. I'm intuitive. I am what they call I can lay hands. I do Reiki. And Reiki is basically laying hands. I can lay hands on people and help them to, you know, if they have a headache or whatever, stuff like that. So I'm able to do that. But yeah, it's okay. Congratulations on your. I'm not monetized grape jelly yet. I'm trying to be. I'm manifesting it. I'm trying to manifest it. I'm speaking into the existence. So I should say thank you if I'm speaking to existence, but I'm not technically monetized, but we are working on it. With the likes and help and the likes and persons of yourself can help me get to that level, of becoming monetized. But I'm speaking to existence. Hit the like and thank you for supporting my channel, Nisha. But if you ever want to do like an energy reading or intuitive advice, I also do that. I'll be happy to help you with that as well. Uh that Bible. Yes. Yes, girl. But Jesse life leaves when I'm sorry, when Chris leaves Jazzy, she will have a mental breakdown because she depends on Chris to make her happy. And it is sad. Yes. Well, she had a mental breakdown when Philip left her. She had a mental breakdown when Philip went to jail. She had a mental breakdown when she found out about Asia. She had a mental breakdown. You know what I mean? She always has it, and she does rely on him, but he's never there. He doesn't reciprocate it, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, he doesn't really reciprocate it. So even when she does try to depend on him, or when she feels a certain way, he doesn't come through for her. She calls him all the time when he was at work or whatever, and she'd be like, "Oh, Chris, they making fun of me on YouTube." Be like, "Well, get off YouTube. Stop looking at everybody." He don't be answering her all the time, so she already like falls out. That's why she comes on live and she'll be angry. She'll be mad at those children, and that's what happened because he doesn't respond. That's not a really good screenshot of me. I'm sitting up there looking crazy. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Um, we're gonna get her monetized. It has been spoken. That is correct. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Typical, and this is not to put anybody that's stereotypical to dance. Go dance.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's if our children, if your child can really dance, great. There's nothing wrong with that. However, I would like for our culture, okay, whether you are with the red nation, whether you're with the black nation, whether you are with the brown nation, I really need us, or yellow nation, or even the white nation, whatever your nationality is, because I know I have a lot of nationalities in here and y'all are all welcome. Come on now. However, I do know for a fact that I would like for cultures to not always be stereotypical. And I was basically saying in this video about, a lot of times with black boys, the main thing that we do is put basketballs in their hand, or we be like, get out here and rap. And my Jazzy life is definitely the not exception to that rule, because she is definitely a person who likes to get out there and have her children playing basketball. And it's nothing wrong with, if your child is good at that, that's fine. But also have something else up under their belt. You know what I mean? Also have them to become something else. If they're going to college if they're going to college for free on a sports scholarship, please make sure at some point in time, even if at some point in time they get a degree. That is so important. You know, that's the one thing I think that was good that my Jazzy Life did. Not that she uses it, but that's the only thing I thought was good out of her career.
Go get that ball. You know what I mean? Any type of sport, right? And because now YouTube is getting
Okay, Kimberly. Yeah, the Eric says that's my girl. Erica, that's my homie. I love me some Erica.
uh uh fluctuated. It's getting very because she's online so much. I don't see how they're learning. I don't see. Normally you see a parent, you see them you giving them homework, or they're getting homework. Even if
Ever since I said this, I don't know if my Jazzy Life watches my channel. I can't proclaim that. I feel like she does, though. Now, I think that someone told her that, because I saw one of her people that's in her chat, over in one of the chats that I've been in, and I noticed that they started following me. I'm not gonna say their name. However, I did notice one of her mods is actually one of her mods, but you'd have heard it to me. But that's a whole nother conversation. But I can watch Jazzy, Chrissy, Ling, Olivia only three actors. Dr. A, I am desperate need for my 44 daughter to have me a grandchild. Am I wishful thinking? Just curious. No, you're not wishful thinking. She just is one of those type of people that just, she feels like a child will slow her down, and she feels like it's a lot of pressure, and she feels like she would have to be in a relationship, and she has a lot of things going on, and she just saw that children aren't necessarily a she doesn't think children are a priority for her. She would rather kick it. She still feels like she's kicking it. She got a lot of things to go, but she got to understand that her biological clock is not the gist right now. She's still kicking it though. Her and her husband is still kicking it. They don't necessarily want it, and it would be a situation. It feels like he wants a child. It feels like he wants a child, to a degree deep down, but he knows she don't want one child right now. But her biological clock is not all that, so at some point in time, she may want them later on, just not right now. Um, what was I saying? Oh, I don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, let's move on.
here don't say for, so you gotta add it. You know what I mean? So it's different ways that you can teach your children without it being school 24 hours a day. That's how I kind of do. And I mark that down as science. I mark it down because that's science. That's mixing chemical.
No, she's not. Everybody's meant to be a mother. Not saying that she can't change. Not saying Kimberly. Not saying that she can't change. And do I feel like she's damaged her children? Kind of, yeah. But children do have unconditional love, right? And if we say we're sorry and we work through it and get counseling and we change everything around and we start putting them first as opposed to putting that man first that doesn't really put you first or put anything first, not even your child first, then it could be it could be certainly something that happens. But because she doesn't take the big pride in what she's doing, then it's not gonna work. That's why it is the way it is. You know. Hold on, I'm trying to put this thing on her. I'm trying to figure out how to do this, y'all. Oh my god, I can't see. Uh so yeah, so that's basically what happened. So I'm ready to watch another video, y'all. We ready to watch another video. I'm trying to find a video that I could that we could certainly watch that would be really hilarious. Um I'm trying to, how do I take this off? How do I take this video off? Okay, there we go. Boom, I got it. Boom. All right. Now let's find another video that I really want to watch. We're watching Watch Time with Dr. Amiri, y'all. So please be patient with me. Don't go nowhere. I'm still y'all. Don't go anywhere. I'm still here. Give me a second here. I wanted to watch this part. Now I know y'all didn't see this part where I was basically reading. Dr. Mirror, Dr. Jazz cheating herself, baby or no baby. Sad. It's sad. Grape jelly. She says she is scared. Well, she has to relax. I would it still feels like she still has a life to live. It still feels like she still like has a life to live and she wants to do certain things before she brings a child into the world. Has she told you that? I read last night. Well, we gonna push. I read that last night. We're gonna push. Keep talking to her. I had one. I'm over 60. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, it's never too late. I got a 7-year old and I'm 50, right? And so, it's been many women of, in their 40s who have had children. You know what I mean? So that shouldn't be, but I will go ahead and try to get out the way. I would go and try to get out the way because I'm telling you, children are a blessing. Well, children are definitely a blessing. And I'm in the same boat as on the terms of my son. I have only one child that doesn't have, well, two. I mean, obviously he's 7, so he's not gonna have a child, but right now. But my oldest son doesn't have any children either. But he does babysit everybody else's child. Okay, if you need a babysitter, he would be the person to call because he would definitely kick you with your children, but he'll go to sleep too on them. As far as a kid, I wish I could get her daughter, Naya, under my wings and mentor her. She has such a great future ahead of her. No, she hasn't told you that. Well, I'm telling you, it's also that as well. I promise you it is. But again, on the reassurance of her insecurities and doubts of that, I would certainly have a conversation with her and just tell her that, don't put so much pressure on it, because you kind of pressure her a little bit, and she does feel pressured. She's getting pressured from in a lot of different society pressure as well to have a child, and just let her know that it would be okay and she would make a great mother. She just needs a lot of reassurance. Okay, so I'm trying to find where I did the Nakia video. Okay, hold on. Let me find where I did the Nakia video because I wanted y'all to see this. Unless y'all want me to, yes, unless y'all want me to keep talking. Y'all want me, okay, so let me ask y'all what y'all want me to do. Would y'all like me to pull in the kid video, just the part when I was doing the reading on her? Because I'm telling you, it was hilarious. Amelia would tell y'all it was hilarious. We could pull that, or I could pull another old My Jazzy Life video and we can react to that one. Which one tickles your fancy? Which one would you like to do? Please type in the chat. You do? Okay. Okay, hold on. I mean, it's an audio, so it's kind of like me pulling the audio. Hold on one second. Let me do a share. Okay. All right. Let's pull this one up. Okay. I want a Nakia reading view. Okay. 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 Cool. All right. So let's do that.
I said, well, I said to myself, I
All right. Let me find it. Give me a
her
second.
book,
I gotta
and
find
then
which part.
40 people who could have bought her book. And then I'm reading the amount of people that found this helpful. The only one person that wrote that says she says she went through sounds extremely tragic.
Hold on. It's in here. Hold on.
She got what the name of her book? I sound country. What is the name of her book? Did she write a book about some drugs? It appears. I'm gonna get one of her books and I'm gonna do a here like this. Come on now, sis. I only read the preview and
So right now, what I'm doing is I'm reading like the comments off of Amazon and basically what they were saying. Okay. So you heard. So when I said, "Come on, sis," that's what someone said. Okay.
I was really
Amelia, pray
just
about it.
shocked. Well, she wrote a whole paragraph. I'm reading all that. Actually, so I'm gonna let me do a summary. I'm not reading.
Yes, I definitely believe in prayer. By the way, I think it's really good to prayer, but my prayers be a little bit differently. But I would certainly just talk with her, pray about it, talk with her, and just get her to understand that she wouldn't be giving up her life, and to get her to understand that she will make a great mother. And she has many examples, and relax and let go of any fears because it's time.
Reading all this. Someone actually submitted this. This just
I'm here for whatever you are comfortable with, Dr. A. Thank you so much, Nisha. Nisha would be nice if she was a young lady and she would have a chance to change her life and get away from her mom. Sometimes being in those situations make you stronger and makes you leave and get away from that kind of energy. I'm telling you. When you have moms like that, it makes you want to become an engineer. I'm telling you. You'd be surprised.
one long one on sentence after the one on sentence right after another. The
Again, I'm reading the comments that they left under the book.
punctuation she said sucked, and then she said grammatical errors. Well, I mean, she could have did like the the what you call it the AR to correct the grammatical errors. And then she says, very difficult to read. The writer of this book has really done a huge disservice to her work and story. Why? Because she didn't have qualified person to write it or proof it.
Y'all, they was roasting her in the comments. I've never saw that many I mean, and they was basically saying the same thing. Now, some people, like when you make a book and under the book it may say great book. I didn't like the ending. But in her book, oh my God, they was lighting her up. They was basically saying how bad the punctuation was. I should go to the book and do it. I should actually go or here and do it fresh for y'all instead of showing y'all this video. Y'all
Read nor edit her
tell me.
story. It seems like as if a third grade wrote it. Oh damn!
Did you eat all?
Life never seems so real. Her long book. Okay. Um. The mother gave her up simply because she has dark skin. 1 second, then the next second she gave her them up. Even the light skinned ones.
Oh, you want to see it? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Hopefully I'm signing to my husband's Amazon. Oh, I'm signing to my little whack Amazon. Hold on. I was hoping I was signing to my husband's Amazon. His Amazon is popping. Mine sucked, but I don't have the. It's saved to my phone, not to the computer. Hold on, let me find it. Here it is. All right, let me pull this up. All right, she done marked. Oh my God, y'all, wait, hold on now, hold on, wait a minute. Excuse me, wait a minute, y'all. You know what, y'all? She done marked, girl. Amelia, girl, why did she mark it down? She she marked this book down to $8, y'all. I'm gonna get this book. I'm gonna get these 3 books, y'all. We're gonna do. Hey, y'all, we're going to. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We're going to actually do a book review of her book. I'm gonna buy all 3 of these books. Do not buy them. I mean, I'm not gonna say I ain't gonna tell you not to give them the money. I take that back. I apologize. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a book review. I'm going to purchase these books. I'm going to purchase her books. They are marked down, y'all. Oh my God. Wait, I stepped out for a call. What did I miss? You didn't miss nothing. Girl, they wanted to basically see her books. Okay, so y'all see this one. I read, okay, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna do a live read since all of y'all in here. Since it's enough of y'all in here, I'm gonna do a live read. I ain't gonna play that video because it's probably okay. Wait, I stepped out for a call. Okay, I read that. Cause you said it, it was too high. Nakia watches you, Dr. A. Yeah, I think she does. She probably does. Oh my God, she done marked this book down. I'm gonna get this book. I'm gonna get all 3 of these books, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna see if my husband will be so nicely. He gonna be like, "Hey, why you write that white book for?" You know, cause I ain't want to spend my own money. Y'all heard me? Did y'all hear what I said? Please type in the chat. You heard me. Cause I don't want to say it too loud because he heard me. Y'all heard me? Type 1 in the chat if y'all heard me say I don't want to buy it myself. Cause I want my husband to buy it. God, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read the book. This is just the sample part. Ooh. Let me get my stuff out here. Okay. All right. Jeez. I was trying to tell my little business. Okay, let's see. Let me take it off for sure for a second. Okay, let me. Shoot, people crazy. I know some people crazy. Read the sample. Okay, let me click on that. All right, let me click back on that. I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna do a share stream. All right, I'm getting used to this. Oh man, it's not letting me load it, y'all. Oh no, it's not letting me load it. It's not letting me load the free sample. Y'all hear me? It is not letting me load the free sample. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go back. Let's see if I can get the other book. Let's see if I can pull the other book. Buy it with one click. Go back to the store. Oh my gosh, y'all. It won't let me read the little free sample. Y'all, we're gonna have to watch the video. Okay, so y'all already saw the video. So let me exit off of here. It won't let me load it. It's dumb. Okay, y'all. Let me go back to my thing and go ahead and okay, let me go back to this. I'm sorry. It won't let me load it. But I'm gonna buy the book and we're gonna do a read along. Okay, y'all heard me. Good. I'm gonna see what that person says. Okay. All right. Now let's listen.
Light skinned ones. There is no explanation in the story to support it.
Okay, let's go from reviews. We're gonna
I hate to really believe what everybody say. I'm not a bandwagon type of thing. Yes, she got 2 stars on it. Two, I mean, overall. I mean, if you count, four is a period. And then she says, I'm just tired of it all. Exclamation point.
How about I get the one book today? I think I'm gonna get the one book today. I'm going to see if I can get the one book. Let's see. Nah, because if I get it today, it's not gonna be here for the day. If she had it, God, I wish she had it in a where I could just download it. I don't think I could just download. It's not that
So
kind of
one
book.
day
You gotta
I
get a
woke
soft
up
copy or
and
hard copy.
prayed about the whole situation. She talks about it sometimes on her lives. Okay. Night, one late night, he was out in
Wait a minute.
2000.
Okay, yeah, I'm reading the book now. Wait a minute.
Do this
I'm reading
anymore.
some of it.
And that's finally a period. That whole thing that I read, no, I'm sorry. After the internet was a period, and then after um anymore is a period. And then she says, I'm just tired of it all. Exclamation point. So one day I woke up and prayed about the whole situation. She talks about it sometimes on her lives. Okay. I said quickly, comma, underneath my breath. I couldn't say can't do this. Period. Here I am fighting with myself, comma, saying there is no such thing I can do. Semicolon. I have to do it for my family. Period. With no help from the man who I said I love.
I don't know. I don't think I said Jazz is scared, but she is, to answer your question, she is afraid of losing Chris. She's afraid of not being able to keep him financially. She's afraid that she may possibly not be able to have her channel, and she's afraid that she may have to actually find her a job.
Loved. Period. He was never around to help with this situation at the time. I had to go extra hard because he was still locked up. So let me tell you a little something about how I met this guy. Yeah, she does need to edit. I just think that she would sound like this when she was talking, like the
I know I sound like a slave, y'all. But that's just how I deem how she would like do a read of the book. That's how, if I was like a if I was like, what do you call that, an audio book for her, if I was doing her book audio, this is basically how I would read it. This is to me how she would sound. And I know it's so wrong, and forgive me, I probably set back my probably, oh, but sorry, she just sounds like this to me. Just hearing her speak, just knowing how she wrote the book, and based upon how she wrote it, I think she would sound like a slave. And actually, in the comment, as you can see, you would probably see, you're gonna see it down the line where it says I sound like 12 years slave.
character would sound like how I'm saying. Like if she did like a movie, this is how I feel like the way I'm reading this. I feel like this is how they would sound. So I get out of my bed to get myself prepared for that day. I met this guy back in 2009, comma. I met him working at Popeyes, a fast food restaurant. Period. I am
This is her sample reading of her book, y'all. Like, I'm not just making this up. I promise. I promise. I know it sounds like it, but I'm really reading the book.
driving to Columbia to work two part-time jobs.
Yes, girl, you was hearing me read old girl's book. What's her name? Nikki. What's her name? Shakita Grant. Right? Is that how you pronounce her name? That's her
While
book.
out trying to
One of her books. We're gonna do a book read. I'm telling you, I'm gonna purchase all three of those books, and we're gonna read it. And then after that, I'm gonna do a giveaway of the book. If anyone, I mean, it's for free. Because I could not have those three books in my library. How could I get those books that's why she needs to do like an ebook form. If she does an ebook form, then I can get it where I don't have to have it in my library. I don't want the book in my library, because if y'all understand what my library looks like, you will understand that this will never be in my book. My husband will throw it out.
take care of my two kids. Well, what was the other
You just called her Nakia. Okay.
job? Is you reading in her voice?
That's how she sound though to me. That's how I would think she sound.
I don't know. You sound like this is how it sound though. This is how the character. You know, she ever got. She should let me play her. I could really do a good job of playing her. I really could, but I would have to. I could do the voice. Let me do the voiceover and read her book. Because she should just did like a voiceover. She should just do like a video book. You know, I think that's creative. Do a video book and just do it that way. That way,
One thing, one of my criticisms that my husband had for me, y'all, is that he says that I always try to find the positive in something, in somebody. They're just not worth having positive energy for.
would be a big deal about punctuation because that's how the character talks, right? What you think? What's this? I don't want to. I would jack up your name. Is that name is Taekwon, and the other one name is Shania. Shania, is that Shania?
I apologize to her if I mispronounce any of her children names. I didn't do it out of malice because the children are innocent. And I also didn't, I hope I didn't mispronounce her name out of, I hope she doesn't think that I mispronounced her name to be funny. I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of her art, but I just felt like, because I guess it's a form of art, right? It was created. So I hope that she doesn't take it in that way, but she definitely needs an editor based upon what I read. Uh, so it's not my fault. I don't mean no harm. I can picture her saying her story in that voice.
Is that it? Shania and Trent and Taekwon. Okay, at the time were the ages 3 and 2. Period. When he came up to me, comma, I wasn't interested because I had a lot going on with myself.
Don't come here messing with me. My husband always coming here messing with me. I'm trying to do a live now. If you're not gonna speak to the people, don't come in here messing with me.
And dating wasn't my thing at the time. I had been through a lot in my past relationships. So I decided to give him a chance. Then we went to church.
Listen, don't talk about me sounding like Harriet Tubman. This is how this girl wrote this book.
Period. One Sunday, we decided to move in together. Now, when she decided to move in with this, was he African American? Uh, or was he of a different persuasion? Um, I would just want to know if he wasn't African American, then what was it? Um,
You said trust mispronounced names is her least of her worries. She named them kids that. Well, I try to be respectful. Give me some grapes, please. Please, y'all don't be mad at me, but I'm getting ready to eat some of these grapes. I'm gonna be talking to y'all. Eat some grapes. You giving me the whole thing? Oh, thank you. You're such a good husband. You deserve a gold star. Okay, y'all, listen.
I guess it don't matter, but I guess it doesn't matter. But why she move in with him so fast though? Okay, let me finish. One day, comma, we decided to move in together, letting him know I was not ready, but he still pushed himself on me, comma. And then we were in it for a long run.
How he push himself to move in with you, girl? Are you crazy? How did he push himself to move in with you? Does that make some sense? Now, have you ever been in a relationship where a dude basically said, I'm pushing myself to move in with you now? I'm going to move in with you right now, girl, and you ain't got no choice, so I'm leaving. Bye.
Never knowing we would have a child one day. I got pregnant with my first child, Samara, Aaliyah, Yarbrough. Boom.
Listen, and again, when I created my name, when I decided to change my name, me changing my name, people still be like Amira. I'm like Amira, you know what I mean? So my name is Swahili in Arabic. So in the my middle name Sankofa is shoot is what it means to go back into your history to understand your future, right? And of course that's Swahili. So I mean,
On June the 13th, 2010.
I'm reading this. This me reading the book. I'm reading her actual like her little sample page. She had like these sample pages on her book, and I basically was like, I'll read it. And I just said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and read it live. And Amelia was in here cracking up. Amelia and Lisa was in her cracking up, and I was just reading it. I mean, that's just how this is how she wrote it, y'all. I'm like not being funny. Like this is how she wrote it, and this is just my voice. I feel like this is how she would sound. I'm doing this. I'm actually reading it.
The day I found out I was pregnant, was excited for the both of us. Well, damn, I know we all start off a certain way, but she was working two part-time jobs at the fast food restaurant and was working on baby number three. Was she a manager at the job? Was she? But she was still young. Okay, how old was she? Did you have an age in here? I don't really have a background for this.
Yeah, I didn't even have a background in this story. I was like, well, dang. I mean, the story just rushed into it. It didn't say, well, I was this way. And I'm telling y'all, I read I think it was like, she has 4 books. I think I read all 3 samples. So, bear with me.
Book. Why did she give us a background? She didn't give us a background, just her driving to Columbia. So where did she live before? She was driving to Columbia. So where was she living at before? How many hours was it away? Was it 30 minutes, 15 minutes? Was it 10 minutes? What was the other part-time job? This question.
And see, even with me, I'm not the eloquent speaker. My husband's more the eloquent speaker. Not trying to big head stuff up. However, and he's more the author. He's written for a newspaper, articles and everything. And he like when I write like I speak. So, even with me having a so-called degree, do you understand that I had to use a software to edit my dissertation because I'm not a writer like that? I'm just being honest. So when my book comes out, note that I had help. I didn't nobody else wrote it for me, but I had help. And notice the next dissertation I do, I'm really gonna probably pay somebody to do it for me. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know you're gonna say, what? Yeah, she has 4 books. So she didn't have an introduction. Not real. I mean, that was the so-called introduction. I mean, she didn't explain anything. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, she didn't even have a table of contents. You know what I mean? Her daughter should have helped her write the book. Yeah. Her daughter, she probably had the daughter cleaning up or something. I don't know. Have people have said her books were really pamphlets? Is that true? Yes. Man, she had like one of her books was like 13 pages, another book was like 11, another book was like 14. Now she has like a journal one. I think it's called a manifesting book or whatever. And that one has like probably like 300 and something odd pages where basically you're writing down what you're trying to manifest. I mean, I got one of those, you know. I got one of those on my thing on my website. I'm so sorry, but I have to eat these grapes. They're so good.
And I will mess up a name, y'all. So please forgive me. Her book would be good for a writing class or what not to do as a writer. Oh, everybody bow their heads real quick. Just pray for my soul. Pray that my intentions are just to be funny and I'm not trying to make fun. Please ask the answer.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, I had to beg the ancestors. I had to get on all my knees and say, ancestors, please forgive me for clowning her about this book, about these books, and letting her know that I'm being funny. But hopefully she will find her a writer, because I mean she does have a, I don't know if this is all true. Maybe it is true, whether it's of imagination or whether it is actually her true life story. Either way, she has a great way of, if she could get a writer, this seems like a great story, but it's just not a good read. That's what it is. So yeah, she is an author. I mean, she wrote a book. I mean, it might not be the best author, but she is an author. As I stated before, she's definitely an author. I mean, we can't sit up here and act like she is not an author. I mean, she wrote the books. She wrote 4 books. Thank you so much. I like you as well, Nisha. All right.
Ancestors to forgive me in advance because I'm not making fun in the sense of trying to be me. I'm just, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm just reading the book, and I'm saying that this would be a good play, but
Yeah, it
it
would
just
be a good
to
play. It
find
would
an
definitely
author
be a good
and
play.
just tell her story. She could actually become a real author, though, for real. I mean,
Man, she could be like her own. She could become like the next Tyler Perry if she. I'm not. Look, I'm not being funny. I know y'all laughing at me, but I mean, no, seriously, the fact that she could, tell somebody, if she could tell somebody her story, find her a good writer. I had like some publishing companies wanted to write a book, wanted to do my books, but they wanted too much money out of it. I'm like, I could self publish. They wanted like them doing 60% and I'm getting 40%, which is actually not a bad situation, because I do have like a gazillion books in my head, and I'd have written books, but I definitely need an editor. So I would have to, so it would be a good read. I'm telling you, I got some stories for you. I got some stuff that's happened to me in real life, and I have some other stories, my real life mixed with other stuff, right? You like stuff in my head. So that's all she would have to do. She has definitely a lot of stuff to say, but just not for her to say it. Somebody else needs to say it for her.
she is.
She'll put her name on the book.
Anybody write a book, I guess you can be an author, but it's just, oh, you're a good author, right? But if she gets somebody to write these books, what's in her head? She has a pen. Girl, girl. Let me look at this. Let me look at these price of these books. Hold on, before I go. Let me look at the price of these books.
Okay,
Hold on.
that's it. Wait a minute. So y'all saw the prices of the books, right? So now I'm getting ready to tell y'all how much the books were. Okay, so check this out. Listen.
She crazy as hell. I'm not saying $11. So she charged $1 per page. That was a great read for you, Doctor. Okay, what about this? Oh, she got this other book, the manifestation book. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna click on that one. Wait a minute, one more, yeah. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Yeah, I got one more. This one, 24.99. She crazy. Okay, let me do this again.
Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see she marked down the books. She read the room. See, this girl can read the room a little bit, right? She read the room like, the book's too high. The price is too high. Remember that song? The book's too high.
All right. Let me see, y'all. Okay, let me click on this. All right. Okay. All right. Let me see. I don't know if they got this. This is a paperback, so I don't think that this is. I don't think they have a sample. Okay. Okay.
Her life really make a great book. When I was a little younger, I wanted to write a book too. People love to see how others live. you should write a book. You don't have to be. You should definitely. I would encourage you to write a book because I'm telling you, it makes wonders. I have a homegirl of mine's. She's also hashtag or slash a client of mine as well. And she wrote some books, her children wrote some books, and I think it's very therapeutic because when I was writing a book, when I wrote the book, y'all want to I should I don't want to read y'all my book because it like really needs editing and I don't want to embarrass myself on here because I just wrote it without editing. I was just like, I just free formed it. I didn't go back and try to reread it or try to redo it or anything like that. But I did read a book. I mean, I did write a book, but it was like a how to book. It was like based upon breakups. Dr. A, she has a she's in the bushes of that live. I'm sure she was. Her name popped up, especially when it is the truth. Yes, I'm telling you, like I would definitely encourage people to write a book. I mean, I think it's like it makes sense to write a book, like anybody. But if you're not like, I'm not a great writer, right? But I can certainly tell you a good story. I can tell y'all some stories and make it vivid for you to see. I can tell you a story right now and make it where y'all could see it. However, I would need an editor. Let's make no lies about that.
Okay, hold on, hold on. Okay, okay, okay. Let me see. Um,
There's no embarrassment. Speak your truth. Okay, so I wrote a book about breakups. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, let's see. God, they up there playing that game. They still playing that game. What time my husband and my son, something else, y'all. He loves the weekends. His daddy Sunday. Let's see. Where's my email address? I gotta let me pull it up. I'm gonna share some of my book. Okay, how about that? Again, it is not edited, so don't laugh at me. It is not edited. It's definitely better than old girls. Okay, okay, but it's not edited per se. Okay, let me see. Let me find it. But yeah, I think that everybody has a story to tell, and I think that it will make sense to write your book. Let's see. Hold on. Oh my God, this is another book I wrote. Man, I got a lot of books. I didn't really. This is another book I started on. This is like 5 pages. Um, and this book is dealing with goddess, finding your inner goddess. Um, but I'm not talking about that one right now. That's not the one I really want to talk about because it's not even where it need to be. You know what I mean? It's not. It's like really four. It's literally 4 pages. So I mean, it's not finished. Of course, I just like started it. I have a lot of books I've started. Some books I've just written down thoughts and kind of had to do that so I can get more information out there. Let's find something. Let's try to find it. Uh, uh y'all teach so much stuff. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. I teach a lot of little stuff. I got so much stuff in this little thing of mine. Uh let's see. I'm trying to think of what I call think. I think it's called think. Uh, this probably it right here. Let me see. I have to remember the name of it. This is something else. Man, I wrote down. I got so much. I got so much information that I put out. Well, guess what? Let's get to the point where we finish it. No, no, you didn't life coach me. That's okay. Yes, yes, yeah, of course. Yeah, but I have to figure out. I think I am going to call a publisher. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing is getting me a publisher and just having them to basically write it, and I just tell them my thoughts, what have you, and just get it written out because it looks really good when you have your PhD. Mine is in metaphysics. One of my degrees is in PhDs is in metaphysics. I have another one in I don't remember. Doctorial of religion basically. So it's so so anyway, I want to get to the point where I just kind of want to put it out because like I want to go on to like how people be on talk shows and stuff like that. That's something that I definitely want to do so I can be able to give advice and stuff like that. I don't necessarily want my own talk show per se, but I definitely would like to be an expert on the talk show. That's kind of been like a dream of mine, but that's a whole nother story. Which is why I changed my name. I've had three different names, y'all. A name I was born with originally, when I was adopted, I got a name, and then I changed my name again. But I just got to change on my driver's license. But I haven't done that yet. But I really need to. I'm showing out. I just haven't done it yet because I don't know. I just haven't done it yet. But anyway, I am. So anyway, I'm not gonna. I can't find that book. I don't think I have it. I'm gonna have to look in the email, and I don't want to waste your time in trying to look for it. But I can put on. What do y'all want? Y'all want to continue to watch? I was basically talking about that book or whatever. Yes, ma'am. I get advice all the time. I get that advice all the time. Funny that I'm giving it now. You get advice and then you giving it now this way. But that's sometimes it's necessary though. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes people need to hear something, hear that kind of stuff because it definitely will bring something positive out in folk. Hold on. I think I may have the book. Let me look for this person's name because I sent it to this lawyer girl and had her to edit it. Okay. All right. Here it is. I got it, y'all. Boom. Got it. So I write poetry too. So I'm not gonna read this poetry. I write poetry. I don't like reading my poetry. I just write it and keep it moving. That's kind of how I do my poetry. I just kind of write it and I don't like looking at it anymore. But basically, why did I write this book? I was going through a tough patch in my relationship. This was before I got married. Okay. Um, I was going through with my mate's change. He was really getting on my nerves and acting like he was engulfed in really finding himself. He was acting as if because he had been, I don't want to tell his business. I'm going to skip that part. I'm going to skip that part. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, let me put. I'm not gonna put what I said in here because y'all get the once I write the book, but I'm gonna change this part right now for the purposes of YouTube. But I said because he's had prior relationships, like it was my fault that it wasn't a right ideal situation for him at the time, so it was not my fault. I said hello. He is in the process of packaging. If is this too good to be true? I thought to myself that he must have lost his mind. So I began writing out of anger to embarrass him. I created this manifesto of questioning why is he on some BS. Before I could get off the second page, he realized, wait a minute, wait a minute. Before I could get off the second page, he started to realize that he had, in fact, lost his mind. Now he would never admit it because of his huge ego, because he's a Leo, y'all. Okay, he's a Leo. He has a huge ego because what he did have back then. This was like years ago. I wrote this book about 10 years ago. Okay. I wrote this book about 10 years ago. Okay. So keep that in mind. He is not the same person. He still was a good guy. He just was tripping. This was doing a rough patch. I said, I wrote this book because I began to think about other relationships that I have left. I have thought about the pain that I felt at different points and the pain that I've caused many people. Let me be really honest. I wanted revenge on my mate. Why did I want revenge on him? Because I love him, because I love and want him to see himself in print. Needless to say, this empowered him even more because he is a Leo zodiac. He was very flattered. Can you believe this, y'all? I wrote this book to shame him, and he was very flattered by this book. It pissed me off even more and began writing. Writing books or writing in general really was therapeutic for me. I helped me, it I'm sorry, I helped me to wait a minute. It helped, excuse me. That's why I said I need an editor. It helped me to understand myself greater. This is not an edited version. Please understand that. Please understand that. So please listen. Plus, I must admit that it did help heal the hurting that I felt at the time. My book is more than just a punch, it is a very powerful one instead of a fight. So this daily journaling, because they say journaling is the best autograph bio. Yes, you know I'm flipping words. Yes, it definitely was. And so it says, why did I not include? I'm not reading that part. Well, I just tell you what it says. Why did I not include how to keep my relationship or maintain it with that person? I did not want to talk about. I'm not reading that part. Let me move on. Let me get on to the part, the more juicy part. Okay, this is here are signs. Here are all the signs. Let me see. Okay. Okay, here are all the signs of possible a person is I mean, let's see. No, here's no signs. Okay, no, these signs are not absolute. Keep in mind that they do change. Not all the signs are negative, especially in cheating and knowing that things are over. Sometimes people can just be stressed or going through something. And that's what my husband was going through. He was going through something at the time. So, part one, what things to check out about your man slash woman before entering a relationship. Number one, finding out what his ideals, finding out his or her ideals to build a family. That's number one. Number two, finding out the real reason his other relationship did not work. A, remembering two sides to every story. You know how y'all get into relationships and you do not necessarily know what sides to believe in a person on, because they could be with somebody and they could tell you this person is horrible. And then when you talk to the person, it's just prior to the opposite. So just remember there are two sides to a story, really three sides to a story, because both people have their own perspectives of looking at it. And so you, the third party, has to determine whether or not this is something that a baggage that you want. Three, not trusting his exes, not trusting her or his exes. Why not do the work? It's his side, your side, and the truth. Yes. Um, four, doing more of a background check up on him and her or her. Um, a lot of times it's not just excuse me, doing a background check like looking up a person's information, online, but you should also do a street check, like asking the streets. I'm serious. Asking the streets what they said. Asking the streets what they say about this person. What do you know? Is your husband a criminal? I mean, we look at Sherry. What's her name? Shirley Strawberry. Did she do a background check? Did she do a street check? not just his loads of information about everything in his criminal past. I'm not just talking about that, but did she ask actually his children? Did she ask his children what type of person he is? Did she ask his parents? um I mean, I wonder, did My Jazzy Life ask Chris, did she talk to any of his family to figure out what type of person he was? Because that matters. Because it matters. I mean, even if you're not even close with your family, why are you not close with your family, right? And that kind of makes me wonder about My Jazzy Life relationship. Like, did she do a check? Hmm, conundrum. Okay. Where am I? Finding out the obstacles you have to face. Like, do y'all have financial, would you have a financial issue? Does that person have bad credit? Do you have bad credit? Do will your families get along? Finding out if he or she is afraid of commitment, that really matters. Or you're afraid of commitment. Chris is not really a commitment type of person. My Jazzy Life is a relationship girl, right? What are his weaknesses and strengths? And that's important to know. Like, and also it's important to know what a person thinks, or what their triggers are. How important is that? What type of relationship do you want? A, or they're the same goals? Do you have the same adventures? Do you want the same out of this relationship? That matters. Like, do you want love or do you want convenience? You know what I mean? Sometimes people get into relationship for convenience and not for love or financial gain, right? Just has My Jazzy Life written all over it. The next one, number 9. Is he or she sending their representative to meet you, or is it their true self? And we meet a lot of representative. How long can a person hold their representative? What I've noticed in relationships, most people hey, you doing, sweet? Most people in relationships can hold their representative for up to a year. I've seen it. And then things start to begin to show. If you open your eyes, you will see within that year that the representative kind of loses itself. Now, if you all, and this is what a person with you being in the same city type of thing, or y'all living together type of thing, and then you go to through different representatives. You can go through representative that you meet, and then you're going to go through the representative after they move in with you, and then you can go, and if you go straight to the marriage, then you can go through the representative of the marriage, right? Is this boring to y'all? Please tell me. I will cut My Jazzy Life back on. Um, oh, this is important. Does this person want his family? Does this person want a family? Um, the next one is, how many baby daddies or baby mamas, wives, or ex-husbands do they have? You'll be surprised. A lot of my clients come in, they're just now finding out that that their mate has had 5 wives. I've had a client like that. And I'm like, wow, girl. Okay, so I'm gonna be done with this book, but you get what I'm saying. I kind of broke down on teaching people how to recognize certain signs or whatever, and this is just all in that day that we were having a rough time. I mean, like, literally that day we was having a really rough time. I'm telling y'all, and I created this book within a day, and it's 35 pages. But I created this book within one day. It this would be a pamphlet. So I would write this in a pamphlet format, but it has a lot of great information. Another thing, and I'll share this with you, and then we get back to the mess, okay? But I just wanted to show y'all I'm kind of diverse. I can bring it with the best. I can laugh, joke, but I can also break down some points. Um, I shared a lot with y'all today. Too damn much, probably. Um, investigate. Investigate. This is like first find out if you have an insecure, if you have an insecurity, and if your mate ever finds out that you would make it would make you look like you need some medication. The crazy kind. I do not necessarily agree with this, but my Gemini and Sagittarius friend who remains nameless told me that she's done this. Okay, I will admit. Yes, it's cool. Five wives. Yeah, for real. Okay, so I'm not gonna say her name because she might be silently in the chat and don't want to say anything. Okay, so she told me that she's done this, getting a software to put on their telephone and provide their conversations to them through their text. This is the Gemini. This is what a Taurus would do. Look through their phone. This is something I've done in my past, y'all. Look through a person's phone while they was asleep and ask them about what I found. I've done that too. How many of y'all have done that? Oh my God. I would not do that now. I promise. I'm like, I'm not looking through nothing, y'all. I'm 50 years old. I'm not looking through jack nothing. You heard me? Call all the numbers found in the phone. That's why Sagittarius friend did this. Her man had a phone and she went through all of, not my Sagittarius friend, my Sagittarius client, excuse me. She's gone through all her phone, her husband's phones. He had two phones. She went through all of them and called every number in the phone. Dr. A, I gotta do hubby time. I got to exit, but I got my alerts on. I'll see you later. No problem, girl. I'm gonna do my hubby time tonight because I did it earlier. But that's cool. You need to, girl. Please do. Please spend some time with your husband. Please. Good Lord, please. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming, Nisha. Wait a minute before you go. Thank you. Blessings to you. All right. Um, what else? Okay. What's another one? Um, what else? Investigation. Answer their phone. Answer their phone. Um, your do you know your mate's schedule? Did it change? Knowing the facts. People do not want to admit things unless you have their facts in front of them. And if you have facts, the facts that you have, you want to print them out. You want to go to a computer if you have a printer at home, or if you have it at a somewhere else, get all the facts and print it out. I mean, y'all, oh, this book is wow. I can't believe I wrote this. This was literally about 10 years ago. This is when I first started as life coaching ministry. Okay, and I said number 13, entrapment is not bad. I mean, the police do it all the time, so I figured, why not we do it? Sometimes people talk too much and would slip up with their words. Entrapment is based upon intentions. If they were not telling the truth to begin with, they would never have to worry about this. Utilize their words against them. 15, repeat. This is diabolical, man. Repeat and change the subject a few times. Always come back to what you want to know. So you'll kind of like run through, like, for example, if somebody come to you and be like, let's say if you found something, then you're like, okay, I found this. And he'd be like, okay, so you was talking to Renee around the way. And they're like, no, I wasn't talking to Renee. Okay, so you was talking, you seen Renee. And they be like, no, I didn't see Renee. So wait a minute, no, no, no. Right here it states that you had a conversation with Renee, the conversation that y'all had last night. Now, what was that conversation about? You see, you're entrapping them. Like I told you I didn't have a conversation with Renee. No, but you just said in this email. So you gotta kind of reword the question and just kind of change it up and make it differently. Into that's interrogation. Um this book is psychotic, boy. I tell you. These are things that are very desperate and embarrassing. If you have to go through these things, get help or just break up already. This book is very snarky. Really, just don't communicate. Really, just communicate with your mate while keeping them to playing games. Do not do a background up on do I mean sorry, please do a background up on the mate that you are with to make sure that they are not married. I had a client that was married and to someone else, and they did not know, and they were engaged to be married. They actually went down to the courthouse and got the marriage license to be married. I mean, they filled out, excuse me, they filled out for the marriage license. They were getting married like within a week, and somehow she stumbled upon something in his, he was moving his stuff in, and she stumbled upon like one of his boxes and found a marriage license. And then she went and looked up, and then she found looked at the girl's name, and she researched and found the girl. She called the wife. He was still married. I'm telling you, it was crazy. All right. Sorry. Do not allow your imagination to run wild. It is always important to keep in mind that people can go through many life changes, and it is not always about the other person. It may be stress to do work, bills, or themselves. So again, people go through things. I've been in relationships where I've gone through things. I've been in relationships now where communication is like the key, and sometimes communication is like Jazzy life said, right? She's a communicator, she says. How to separate yourself from a broken heart while living with the person and transitioning from that person. Man, that's another thing, y'all. Oh my god. It says day one of the breakup. I mean, I got stuff in between there, but I'm not gonna read all that. Number one, call everyone who listens to you, listens to your ass and get crazy stuff off your chest. Text that person all the anger you have inside of you, let loose, and then text them back to back to back and apologize because you don't mean it. Make a complete fool out of yourself and get it out the way, because in the end it will be harder for you to want to go back to them after this. Three, cut off the television for an hour. Cut off the light, sit in the dark. Basically, this is moping, right? Number five, lay in the bed. Don't do right? Think about how messed up your life is and what the person did to it. No, just plain feel sorry for yourself, basically. Seven, get the hell away from this person. Eight, cry your ass off until no more tears are left. Kick and scream and text that person again with anger. Number nine, get the angriest you can get. 10, listen to every slow song you can listen to. Write poems of anger. 12, call your exes and tell them you are sorry. Well, second thought, don't do that. That's going too far. 13, fast. Just drink water, coffee, juices. 14, sleep your life away. 15, isolate yourself this time for a minute. All right, y'all. I'm done reading that. So anyway, I got day listed. This will be a pretty good book once pamphlet once it comes out. I think it. What y'all think so far? What y'all think? Okay, let me get into the mess. Let me get into the mess. Y'all want me to do the mess? I'll do the mess. Fine. Share screen. Good lord. Y'all just want me to do mess. I'll do the mess. You know who I haven't visited yet? Hold on.
Here are these rare stories.
Excuse me.
Why is it doing that?
I'm sorry, y'all. My husband, my son is too loud, and my husband's checking him about that game. It's 10th. Yeah, y'all. It's the weekend. She look like Elvira. Why is she even cut off her hair just to put on? I never understood that purpose. Why did she cut off her? You know what? I think I'm going to end this live and then I'm going to start it back because I don't want to have. I want to do a separate situation. So I'm going to end this live. I'll be right back. Give me a second.